Despite billions spent on high-end CAD systems and millions of desktop systems throughout the world, you're about to see the #1 choice among today's designers, engineers, and architects for conceptualizing, problem-solving, and sketching their designs. The obvious question is, why? And the equally obvious answer is CAD itself. Until now, there was a huge gap between the way CAD works and the way designers, engineers, and architects think. Compared to the drafting board, CAD was simply too complex. Enter Ashlar-Vellum for Unix, MS-DOS with Windows 3.0, and Macintosh systems. Not only is Vellum the first conceptual design and drafting package to do away with the clumsiness of CAD, it's the first industrial-strength software to actually accelerate freehand design and precise drafting by taking care of the drudgery and freeing you to concentrate on the design itself. Vellum is the first design tool that actually thinks. The key to that breakthrough is an ingenious technology called the drafting assistant. In simplest terms, the drafting assistant is built-in intelligence that works full-time behind the scenes, while giving you continuous on-screen visual feedback. As you draw, it automatically anticipates and displays logical design points right on the screen. Just move the mouse, and endpoints, midpoints, perpendiculars, quadrants, tangencies, intersections all appear automatically with double precision floating point accuracy to 16 decimal places. To accept a design point, you simply click the mouse or ignore it and move on. No guesswork, no complex commands. It's that fast to use, that easy to learn. Even construction lines appear automatically, making drafting constructions effortless. Some like to say Vellum is as easy as a drawing program, but that's not really correct. It's easier because built-in intelligence lets you sketch loosely, but still get absolute precision in your drawing. So you have the option to pass along a precise design for someone else to finish, or complete all the drafting in Vellum yourself.
I had used several different CAD systems before becoming acquainted with Vellum. But Vellum is the one that essentially took me off of the drawing board. Whereas other CAD systems, I have to go through 3 different menu items. I got to do a horizontal line, I got to make it tangent, I got to make it snap. Vellum, you don't do that. You don't march around to menus or put in keyboards. You just move the input device and it all is available there. And between a motion and a click on that trackball, it's done.
Working with Vellum is completely intuitive from the first time you sit down. In fact, even the most computer-phobic designers, engineers, and architects find it as natural as pencil and paper, and infinitely more efficient. Consider the need for precise dimensioning. Since design is the process of finalizing hundreds, even thousands of details, at some point conceptualizing must end, and precise drawing must begin. With Vellum, the transition is effortless. Whether you finish the drawing yourself or hand the drafting over to someone else. What makes Vellum so powerful in both design and drafting is integrated parametrics, a feature that's available full-time to immediately resolve design problems without ever leaving the program. With Vellum, you simply sketch a rough approximation of your design. Dimension it. Plug in the values. and Vellum automatically redraws the geometry to scale. Parametrics is a powerful tool for any designer who wants a fast, accurate look at his or her work. But perhaps even more impressive is the way parametrics works with associative dimensioning. In a world of constant engineering change orders and aggravating revisions, Vellum makes the entire process of change painless and powerfully simple. Just change the dimensions and the geometry updates as you watch. Or you can change the geometry and the dimensions update. Libraries of symbols, families of parts. With Vellum, you simply choose a part and customize it instantly to the exact dimensions you need.
The best race cars are the simplest, sleekest, fastest cars out there. And what impressed me about Vellum was like the race car of CAD systems, in that it was very simple to use, very fast, and very productive. Racing is all about having an edge over the next guy, whether it's a trick part here, trick part there. Now I can actually draw the part with Vellum faster than I can sketch it before. And rather than have just a sketch, I've got a complete dimension ready to make part. We're at a point now where we can actually do a drawing with Vellum on the computer at the track, modem the drawing to our machinist. He can do the part and FedEx Express it back to us by the next day, which takes 2 or 3 days out of what would have been the normal loop last year.
To an engineer, Vellum's lack of complexity is easy to misconstrue. After all, complexity used to mean power in CAD. So how can something so simple be so powerful? In Vellum's case, Ashlar's software designers had the advantage of spending years at drafting tables. Their approach was to put all the effort into making design power effortless to use. As with high-end CAD systems, you can view your design from different angles, in various sizes and viewing scales. Make a change in one view, and other views are updated automatically. To give your designs the greatest aesthetic and aerodynamic edge, Vellum uses non-uniform rational B-splines, maintaining complete curvature continuity through every change. If you pass your conceptual drawings along for others to draft or export them to other applications, Vellum offers built-in support for easily transferring files via IGES and DXF to AutoCAD, CADM, Computer Vision, Intergraph, Unigraphics, and other complementary CAD/CAM packages. This makes Vellum an ideal resource for corporate CAD environments where designers and drafters need to work together seamlessly in the creation and maintenance of the corporate CAD database. Vellum has built-in GD&T symbols and is based on a 3-dimensional database. What's more, Vellum now features an exciting new architectural and facilities planning feature called the Smart Wall tool. When you draw a wall of 2 parallel lines where the ends are capped, corners trim automatically. Smart wall symbols such as doors, windows, and your own custom objects automatically break the wall when placed. Move or remove them, and the wall heals instantly.
Well, Vellum streamlines my whole design program from the standpoint that when a client gives me the first request to do something, and I know they're going to cut metal at the end of it, one single tool, Vellum, allows me to sketch it, work out the details, export it into a milling cutter path program, all in one seamless operation. Vellum lets me go faster from the standpoint that even though I'm sketching something out in a rough idea, I know that when I'm putting a line down at a certain point or a relationship with another part, I know it's absolutely deadly precise, because that's the way the software is. And there's a little line that runs around with little words that pop up here and there that says, ooh, I got alignment, oh, I've got tangent, oh, I've got center, oh, I've got endpoint. Well, this is the way a designer thinks using a pencil and a drafting machine. Well, I can park the drafting machine because it's already in the screen and it's going faster than I can go.
Units, MS-DOS with Windows 3.0, Macintosh. No matter what system you work on, the face of computer-aided design has finally changed for the better. Now, the power and functionality of the computer has been given the ease and speed of the drafting board. Maybe that's why the technical editor of PC Magazine described Vellum as so intuitive and brilliantly conceived that it may redefine the way we interact with CAD software. Or why Charles Foundler of Daratech said point blank, "Using Vellum is the easiest way around to produce technical drawings. No ifs, buts, or maybes." In fact, if you're an engineer, designer, or architect who wants to sketch confidently and create precise drawings, but avoid the drudgery of CAD, then maybe it's time you put one more tool to work beside your board. Ashlar-Vellum, the design tool that thinks.
The most impressive thing about Vellum to me is it makes you so much more productive. You spend more time thinking about what it is you're trying to design rather than how you're going to draw it.
Sometimes I think Vellum's reading my mind because I know where I want to go in the next couple of seconds, and I want that precise geometry, and just wafting that mouse around a little bit, I get it.
Frankly, the best way to show somebody Vellum is just to sit down and draw something for him, and he'll usually say, "Wow."